Jonathan followed him up the stairs into a large, well-lit dining room. The room was warmed by a big wood fire. A hot meal was waiting for him on the table. "Forgive me if I do not eat with you," the Count said as Jonathan sat down. "I have already eaten." After dinner, Jonathan sat opposite the Count by the fire. "Your boss at the law company, Mr. Hawkins, says many good things about you," the Count said. "I am very pleased that you are here as my guest. I am not often able to practice my English." The Count talked about his plans to move to England. Jonathan studied his face. It was an unusual face, very pale and mysterious, with a long, well-shaped nose, cold red eyes and a thin mouth filled with pointed white teeth. Looking down, Jonathan noticed his long, sharp fingernails. There was hair on both sides of his hands. Silence fell at last, but Jonathan could still hear the frightening sound of wolves outside the castle. The Count moved his face towards Jonathan's. "My children are excited tonight," he smiled. "We have so few visitors." Jonathan smiled politely, but he felt sick at the smell of Dracula's breath. The smell of death, he thought. "Come," Dracula said, standing up. "It is getting light. You are tired after your long journey, and I have talked too much. Forgive me. I will show you to your room." Jonathan slept late the next morning. He found breakfast ready for him in the dining room. There was no sign of the Count, so Jonathan then decided to look around the castle. Many doors were locked, but one was open. Inside there was a large library. Jonathan was surprised that there were English books on the shelves and English newspapers on the desks. He spent the rest of the day there, reading happily. In the late afternoon, the Count walked in. "I am glad that you have found your way here," he said. "Since I decided to buy a house in England, I have tried to learn something about English life. I am sorry that I only know the language from books. I hope to talk to you, Mr. Harker, and to learn it better. And now, our business." Dracula sat down opposite Jonathan and continued. "Tell me about the house that your company has bought for me in England. There will be some papers that I must put my name to. Of course, I would like to know everything."